back to the best. A great and amazing day today. We have a very, very special episode today. We are going to be breaking down some stocks, what's going on with the stock market, stocks I'm looking at, and we're going to be breaking down the one and only Rumble. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. We're just making sure we are good to go and there is no issues. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, and on top of that, what we want to do is do the course. Now, for those of you that don't know, I just released a brand new swing trading course, and you guys can use code YouTube to get 20% off. So make sure you guys check that out down below. All right, so what is going on? And I do apologize if you guys see my dogs. They're hanging out with me in the office today, but no big deal. So what's going on? Well, for those of you that don't know, Rumble today, they announced their earnings after hours. Now, let's pull up the stock here and see what's going on. RUM Rumble. Now, for those of you that don't know what Rumble is pretty much the video sharing platform. It's very similar to like YouTube. You know, it's a huge competitor with YouTube. Believes more in a free speech platform here. Now, as we zoom out, you guys will see that over the past pretty much year, we've seen a general sell-off from Rumble, hitting highs at about $17, selling off all the way down to $4.50. Well, as we go to the chart after hours today, you guys will see that we've seen a little volatility. It initially popped up and then sold off and then popped back up again. Now, this was because of this. Now, this is because of the earnings report. So looking at their earnings report, you guys will see Rumble announces a 64% increase in revenue, which is always a good sign. Anytime you have an increase in revenue of 64%, that's solid. On top of that, one of the issues that we saw was the rise in operating costs. When things become more expensive to run, obviously that's going to dilute the company a little bit given the amount of revenue. Now, you guys will see that the operating expenses with the cost of services jumping by 224%, which is astonishing. That's actually a decent amount, especially if you compare it to that revenue, which the revenue increasing 64% is solid, but the operating expenses up 224%. That's not good. Now, this is why I think we kind of seen a little bit of a mixed earnings, to be honest with you. But looking at it here, you guys will see despite increased cost, Rumble maintained a strong liquid position with about $267 million in cash, which is astonishing. That's actually a decent amount of money given Rumble's pretty much history. You know, right now Rumble is not profitable. So the company is going to be burning through a lot more cash flow. They're going to be, their operating expenses are going to slowly get more expensive as the company grows. So given all that stuff, it doesn't come at a huge surprise why of pressure. It's going to be a mixed earnings. Now, as far as like a long-term investment, Rumble, obviously it's a high growth pick. It's not going to be like investing into Apple or Google or Tesla. You guys will see, we've seen general sell-off over the past couple of weeks. On top of that, as we zoom out here, we can go to the daily chart. We've seen a ton of volatility where sometimes it squeezes up, sells off, squeezes up. So given right now that the stock is hitting all-time lows, this could represent a decent opportunity. We do see a tendency of some support right here at about $4.50. It's the hardest support we've seen, hit it once, twice, three times. So there could be a possible move going up from 450 to 522 for a possible swing trade. But Rumble's a growth stock. It's a volatile pick. It's not like I said, it's not going to be like investing into these blue chip companies. There's going to be risk involved, and that's what a lot of people don't realize when investing into these more volatile picks like Rumble. But Rumble, guys, given that earnings, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see just a little more volatility with the stock. But this one is going to be exciting to see what happens here. That's for sure. Now, some of the stocks that I've been looking at for this week here, Apple, but Apple's a GOAT. It's a very, very strong company. I'm a huge believer in it. It holds the top, it has the best market cap out of any company. but market cap doesn't correlate to, increasing growth. There's just a lot of money behind it, a lot of cash, and this one here is definitely on my watch list for this week, and I'm excited to see what happens with it. Another one here that we can go ahead and pull up is VIST. We've talked about this one in the past. We had that great upward trend, which is always a good indication of growth. On top of that, we do see tendencies of this stock using, this $25.20 mark as some support, right? It came in contact once, twice, three times. Now we're seeing a little buying pressure. Now, this was a very important day for VIST because of that 90-day moving average line. It does look like it's going to possibly use it as some resistance. I was hoping we can get a push up. Ideally, we'll see if it breaks down below 25.87, and that's pretty much my stop. But I do think we'll get possibly a little more buying pressure given the heavy support around that price. So we'll see what happens with this one, but definitely on my watch list for sure. The next one here we can go ahead and pull up. It's ExxonMobil, XOM. This one, pretty much has heavy support near and around, pretty much around, we could classify this 102 mark as some support, right? It came in contact, several times in the past as we zoom out, getting buying pressure almost every time it hits that price. It comes in contact once, twice, three times. Now, given this possible move from about 104 to 106 at that 200-day moving average line. But we'll see what happens with this one. Definitely on my watch list for sure. I would like to get a little more sell-off back down closer to that $100 mark around where I set that alert. But we'll see what happens with this one, guys. And, these are just looking at clear support and resistance lines. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or if you guys want me to look at any stocks, make sure you guys ask them down below. But super exciting day, super exciting week here, I believe. The next one here that I want to pull up is Tesla. Tesla has had a very volatile couple of days, right? We've seen a ton of volatility, sold off all the way down to 193. Now, we did see initial push back up, but it did establish some resistance at about 224. So this one here, the next resistance from 224 is going to be that 200-day moving average line, then the 90, and then pushing back up to probably 257. But Tesla is growth. It's volatile. It's risky. It's not going to be like investing into the other companies like Apple. It's going to be volatile. It's going to be very similar to Rumble, but a lot more people behind it. But we'll see what happens with this one. That's for sure. But overall, guys, a crazy couple of days. I'm super excited to see where these companies goes. But these are the picks that I am looking at as of right now. We do have a couple other ones. I threw them in the chat room. And if you guys are new to the channel, we just released a brand new swing trading course. I put it down below. Don't forget, you guys can use code YouTube to get 20% off. So make sure you guys check it out. You guys will have access to the chat room where I post. You guys will have access to the course where we talk about my strategy, mindset, all that stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. That will be in the chat room right here, or in the little chat off to the side here. So make sure you guys check that out. But yeah, I'm excited to see. We've had a great, pretty volatile day as we look at the markets today. We have the Nasdaq down, S&P down, huge amount of volatility among uranium, electric vehicles. One of the stocks, Lucid stock, they released their earnings the other day. Did not go very good. Actually, I saw this article here explaining that for every car Lucid Motors brings in, or that they sell, they lose about $400,000. So this one here will not survive. That's my guess. We've seen a ton of volatility, ton of sell-off. I want to touch this thing with a 1,000-foot pole. But yeah, that's what's going on with the stocks, with the stock market right now. A lot of volatility, but that's what's mainly going on with Rumble, and that's why I wanted to go on here if you guys had any questions. Volatile earnings, we talked about it before, so make sure you guys check that out. But we'll see you guys later. Hit that like button, subscribe.